You know what, Chris?
Yeah.
I think there should be a prohibition on alcohol.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, I think it worked so well before
That it might do some good for us right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, given the state of things, I think we don't want to all of us on the left or the center. We don't want to all of us drink ourselves to death. So over the next 4 years, so we should probably prohibition.
I think more people will drink themselves to death if we have a prohibition of alcohol, because
So you're saying
I think there's a knowledge base as far as like the internet and whatnot that you can make your own alcohol now, and people know. And like, what are people going to be like? Oh, I can't sell like ingredients anymore that people use for food,
right?
Because they might use it to make beer.
They might use it to make the beer or the whiskey.
And in college we had I wasn't the scientist, or I wasn't the
I thought you were going to say I wasn't
chemist
the
or biologist or whatever. I was the guy that talked into a microphone.
That's a science. That's a social science, right?
Yes, I suppose. But my degree's in an art, so it's the art of talking, not the science of talking.
Not the science of talking.
So. But the people that lived in my suite, we created what's the statute of limitations on creating whiskey?
I don't know. We're pretty old. I think
bathtub.
Bathtub gin.
Bathtub gin. I doubt the statute is
bathtub
more than
gym. Now
bathtub
the statute of limitations on creating bathtub gym is a little bit different than bathtub gin.
Is that when you shit in your bathtub and then call it gym?
I was going for more of like a Frankenstein vibe there, but sure.
Oh, okay.
Like bathtub gym. Except
you don't sew the feces together?
No, well, you might. I don't know. Bathtub gym or bathtub.
That grossed me out. Like what I just said.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for everybody else.
I was just glossing over it. But like bathtub. What's her name from Weird Science? You know, although they didn't create her in a bathtub.
No, they created her
in their room with bras on their head.
Yeah, they had a magazine and
they cut up all the magazines.
Kelly LeBrock, that's her.
Bathtub Kelly. That sounds like a rejected Barbie from.
Well, I'm not actually saying who did it, and I'm actively saying that
who
I
sewed
didn't.
their shit together.
No, who created the alcohol?
Who created? Okay, all right. So yes.
So I'm not saying that. So it's
there was somebody in the suite. And you're not going to identify who, and you're not going to say it was yourself.
It was not myself. It was more than one person, but they created the still, and they made basic moonshine. It was terrible.
Yeah.
But people will start doing that again if there is a prohibition of alcohol.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think I might have told this story before, but my grandmother almost perished from the earth as a young girl because of the still that was kept in the basement of the house she was living in at the time. And the still blew the fuck up in the basement, and she heard the noise and was going to go to her bedroom door and open the door, and at that precise moment she heard a knock on her window, and there was somebody outside the window who said, you got to come out this way. And it turned out that the whole center of the house was demolished by the still exploding.
Well, she's okay. I hope
she's dead now. But
she was okay.
She was okay, or else I wouldn't be here.
I was there. I wasn't there when she died, but I was at the funeral.
Yes, you were,
or the wake, whatever.
Yeah,
I wasn't at the funeral. I was at the wake.
At the wake.
So I'm aware.
Yeah.
But she was fine in that situation, so she could have children, and therefore they grandchildren, and then great grandchildren.
Right.
I think that's how generations work.
I believe that's how it works. As long as there isn't too much alcohol involved. Do you think if you drink enough, it fucks with your DNA? Like,
probably.
Probably. You think you could like
here we go.
Fucking chromosome might fall off because you drank too many PBRs.
Well, maybe you'll grow another one, and then you can just. No.
Well, if one fell off and you grew another one, then
you'd have the right amount.
You'd have the right amount.
You just don't want to.
I know. I don't want to. I was trying to steer us back
from making a Down syndrome joke.
I was trying to steer us horribly off that topic for the 121st time
on the topic.
Yeah.
Of of prohibition. So yeah, we should get prohibition back.
Yes.
And I think that will be the what's the thing when you light the powder keg?
No, not the impetus. The flashpoint. The
flashpoint.
The trigger.
The trigger that will cause society to crumble, at least here in the United States.
Yeah.
And then we can have like the rise of the mad scientist, which I hope.
Who's creating Bathtub Jim, not Bathtub Jim?
No, they're making alcohol. They're doing all this crazy shit. It was a good one. I didn't do it right into the mic.
Not right into the mic, so we missed an opportunity there.
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to save people from the gas, I suppose.
You're so kind.
So, but like,
so
I want to see that we need the rise of the mad scientists. We need them to wipe out most of the human race.
You just got to create some robots. All you got to do is create a
crazy robots that'll kill us.
Create a couple of robots. Yes. So
they create a couple of like robots that are. I mean, because the way artificial intelligence is working right now. I mean, I made a flippant tweet about it, but this would be great.
Yeah. Like, so we get rid of the alcohol, and then we spend all of the time we would have spent drunk developing AI, and then Siri and Alexa. They get together.
She's probably going to be like, "What, Chris?"
I didn't say, "Hey Siri." I just said Siri.
Now you did.
Alexa, stop. I wonder if there's anybody out there in our listening audience who has an Amazon Echo. No, but Siri and Alexa, they get together.
They're probably listening in the car.
Yeah, probably. And they get together and they just create a new AI.
Yes.
An AI baby. What would their AI baby's name be?
What do you? Improv time.
Yes, improv time.
What would their baby's name be?
What would their baby's name be?
I don't know. It's something that's written
Mabel.
nearby that I can just read.
It would be Mabel. I got that from a gift card that was over there.
Oh, Bernie bought. Wait, no,
Mabel.
Bernie bots every flavored beans.
Oh, I got a story about. Well, not really about that. All right, so I got to backtrack because I got to make sure that I'm following. So we create a prohibition on alcohol,
right?
And then
we develop AI.
We
just because the people that wanted to shake things up by voting for the Orange Man.
Yes,
I don't even want to refer to him as.
I think the Orange Man is a good moniker.
Not the guy that's the Syracuse University mascot.
No, not that guy.
Not that Orange Man.
Yeah.
A different Orange Man from New York.
The Orange Man,
who's a fuckface.
Fuckface Orange Man or Orange Man fuckface?
And I don't mean that he fucks faces. I don't know if he does that in his personal life. I just think that he's a fuckface.
Yeah.
And it's one of my favorite like curses
fuckface
because it has like a great alliteration. Fuckface.
I am partial to the. I think I was going to say potentially offensive, but I'm just going to say offensive. I am partial to fucktard. Which is really terrible.
That is definitely
really terrible. But I've tried to stop myself from saying it. But in my younger days, in my younger, less sensitive, less woke days, is that woke?
Awoke.
Awaken. My longer, yes.
You can awaken your Pokemon.
I was partial back in the day to fucktard.
People call the day back in the day because they think it's something that happened before.
We gotta get back there.
When in reality, we're all just like some sort of like fever dream of.
You think the Orange Man
giant or something that it can dream about like billions of people at once?
No, I don't want to talk about the Orange Man. So I was reading in terms of like just needing to create one AI. I was reading a story for my for my genre fiction class, which I teach on Mondays and Wednesdays, by Philip K. Dick. It was a really long story. It was actually really good though, called Second Variety. Now, Philip K. Dick has written a bunch of stuff that's been translated into movies, all of which is escaping me right now. But this one, they create one type of robot, and then that robot is the UN creates this one type of robot, which is supposed to go out and kill the Russians, because this is the Cold War time when this is being written. But then that robot gets to be so dangerous that they leave the manufacturing of the robot to automated plants somewhere. And then,
cool!
Of course, that's a really good idea because the automated plant starts creating other types of robots. And eventually they create human-looking robots, which is part of the rest of the story. Gets all Battlestar Galactica
now
up
you
in there.
know.
Now you know
the rest of the story.
So I think we just have to create one AI.
One AI robot
one really good one.
with the ability to think and do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
We need that, and then I think that robot would be able to probably assemble like shit tons more.
Fucking Ultron, right? You just need one Ultron, and then Ultron creates all the other Ultrons.
Yeah, like there's all these superhero movies and shit that are like saying, "Oh, we got to save the world."
Oh yeah,
and fuck from this crazy fucking thing. And what was that movie? The one.
With robots?
No, it didn't have robots. It was Sam Jackson was like this crazy philanthropist, billionaire guy.
Oh, okay, I don't know this.
And
one.
It was like a secret, or it was a British Secret Service kind of James Bond kind of movie.
Okay,
like what the fuck was it called?
Samuel L. Jackson.
Sam Jackson was the villain.
Was the villain, and it's like a British Secret Service.
Yeah, and then like they. It's whatever.
It's something. It's something.
You
all
need
right,
to look. I'll look it up.
You look it up. All right.
I have to turn on my phone.
Well, no. I'll look it up.
No, but like the.
But so why did you bring it up?
Because okay, so Sam Jackson's master plan is like he basically is like, oh, I'm going to give everybody free Wi-Fi and give everybody
that will get
a
most
free
people.
phone.
Okay.
And so he gives everybody these free phones, but that turns them into like
sell.
No.
Okay.
He turns them into murder monsters.
Okay.
And everybody's just killing each other because they have this free cell phone.
Hateful Eight.
No, give me the damn thing. No, you're not going farther enough.
I'm not going.
Wait, let me see. Give me. All right. You went too far.
I went too far. Okay, I don't know. I didn't see this movie.
I did.
Samuel L. Jackson, and he's
the Kingsman.
Oh, Kingsman, Secret Service with
Yes.
With what's his ass?
I don't know who else was in that.
That's Colin Firth.
Colin Firth.
That's
yes.
what I was thinking of, but I was like, no, I don't think Sam Jackson's in that one.
Yeah, he was.
He was in that one. Okay.
So he basically, makes.
He's a genius, billionaire, playboy philanthropist.
So, like his rationale for doing that is
he wants to be Tony Stark.
No, he wanted to cull the herd.
Oh,
because there was too many fucking dopes out there that needed just to be killed.
Too many motherfuckers.
Yeah, so basically if anybody was stupid enough to get one of his free phones, they turned into like a murder monster and then killed everybody they knew.
Sounds like a decent plan.
Yeah. And it would have worked if it wasn't for the Kingsman.
It wasn't for Colin Firth.
But I keep on seeing we got Ultron trying to destroy the world. We got all these you got aliens versus predators.
Yep. Or Chitauri, or you got it's usually aliens or robots,
and it's great. There's
a lot of them.
That's super that we stop them, but maybe we shouldn't stop them.
You think so? Maybe not.
I'm done with us. I'm done with humans.
Yeah.
After what just happened
with
2 weeks ago,
yep.
I am done. You guys are fucking.
I think it's important to note, Steve, and I know we talked about before about not wanting to get into this. I think it's important to note.
I'm dancing around it. Dancing around it.
Dancing with the Stars 2-part season finale tonight. I got a notification about that. I was really
the Orange
thrilled.
Man ever on that?
I don't believe the Orange Man was ever on that. Now we don't have to worry about him being on that because I don't think they don't get. I hope
Obama's on there.
Oh,
that would be great.
That would be pretty good. That would be pretty good. More than half the country does not want the Orange Man in office. Apparently, 1.5 million more people, 1.5 million more, wanted the Gray Lady.
The Gray Lady.
The New York Times. No, they wanted Secretary of State Hillary Clinton.
You mean the giant douche?
I think Steve.
On South Park they refer to them as giant douche
and the Orange Man,
huge turd or whatever.
Giant douche and the Orange Man. That sounds like a Burt Reynolds movie that he made after Smokey and the Bandit.
Yes, but before Boogie Nights.
Yes, it's one of the lost ones.
Somewhere in between the 70s and 90s.
You used to see it on Sunday afternoons when they ran out of Patrick Dempsey movies.
Okay.
That's what you saw, all those. You saw Loverboy and Can't Buy Me Love and all those fucking Patrick Dempsey movies that he made. Those were all on Sunday afternoons, the edited versions of them. And that's how I became obsessed with that motherfucker.
With I just don't know much about Patrick Dempsey.
Patrick Dempsey, Can't Buy Me Love. That was one of my go-tos for a while.
So like not the remake that was made in the 80s then.
No, that's
that's the movie.
That's Patrick Dempsey. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Oh, I thought it was.
The girl that he's obsessing over, she borrows her mom's suede jacket and gets wine on it at a party, and then she needs to get this jacket replaced. And Patrick Dempsey's character,
she starts becoming a hooker to get the money.
Although
that's how you buy love.
I think that accusation might be thrown out somewhere in the movie. But Patrick Dempsey arrives at the mall at the exact same time as she arrives with her suede jacket to buy a telescope he's been looking forward to for a very long time.
So he can peep on people.
No, because he's a scientifically inclined young man. But he decides that instead of buying the telescope, he will pay for the suede jacket to be replaced if she will pretend to be his girlfriend for X number of weeks. And then, of course...
Is she, like, super hot?
She is super hot.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's dressed up to be kind of nerdy. I don't... The ladies out there today...
Ladies?
And the fellas who like the Patrick Dempsey from Grey's Anatomy. Like, he didn't always used to be hot. Right, like they had him dolled up to be.
So did you watch Grey's Anatomy because of this guy?
No.
Open your drink now.
All right, I can open it now. I know I'm not being funny enough. I need to start drinking. No, I did not. I did watch. I was already watching the Scream movies, but I did watch with some interest when he was Neve Campbell's love interest on whichever Scream movie.
Oh, I know who you're talking about now.
Mm-hmm. And then in Loverboy, he was delivering pizzas, but it turned out he was that if you ordered a pizza with anchovies from this particular place, that meant that you wanted if you were a woman and you ordered a pizza with anchovies, you wanted one of the young men to come over and give you some extra meat. If you know what I'm saying.
But why wouldn't you get extra meat? Why be so?
I don't know. It was just with pizza with anchovies. That was the deal. And he was trying to pay his way through his next semester at college. And along the way, he sleeps with Kirstie Alley and Princess Leia, Carrie Fisher, and a bunch of other older
ladies.
Women. Yes, older ladies. Patrick Dempsey. He's a gift to American
cinema and television.
And television. Yes, he is. He is a treasure, a national treasure.
Just like that movie, National Treasure.
He's not in that one, Steve.
I know.
That is Nicholas Dimimsy Poppington.
Nick Sparks.
Nicholas Dimimsy Poppington. You already made a Harry Potter reference. I just made a second one. You said Bertie Bott's every flavor beans. I just rattled off.
Do you want to try one? I got a booger flavor.
Rattled off. No, I don't need to try one. The name of Nearly Headless Nick. Sir Nicholas Dimimsy Poppington.
Oh, okay.
That's his.
I thought that was John Cleese.
That is John Cleese. Yes. Where is Loverboy? I'm trying to find out who else it was. Meatballs 3. He was in Meatballs 3. That's the
was
first
that the one
place.
with the alien in it?
It might be the one with the alien in it, but no. I don't. He is. He's the. What? Is that real? The ghost of a dead porn star comes to Earth to help a nerd with his sex life. That's actually the description of Meatballs 3.
We need to rent Meatballs 3.
I did rent it. John and I rented it like from either like the Purity or the what. Like somehow we got a copy of that.
Because the original
when
Meatballs
we were
was an okay movie, like a regular.
Never saw that one. I saw Meatballs 2, which I think is the one with the alien, and Meatballs 3 is the one with Patrick Dempsey.
Like Meatballs 1 is a. I'd say it's a family movie. Like it's a movie you could watch with your kids.
Yeah.
Bill Murray and I think Bill Murray's first role.
It's pretty.
It's movie
pretty
role,
close,
I think. But I could be wrong. Look me up and write an email about it angrily.
I'm trying to see all the. Okay, no, those are his parents. Oh, he almost sleeps with his mom because his mom and dad are having. This is in Loverboy. His mom and dad are having troubles,
and so she's like, "I need some fucking anchovies."
Yes, his mom hears through the grapevine, order from this pizza place, order anchovies. So that almost happens. I think. Let's see.
Why can't people just be
Barbara
honest with each other?
Kirstie Alley. Yep. Carrie Fisher. Who else?
No one gives a shit, Chris.
Yeah, no, I care though. But
okay.
people care about what I care about.
Right.
That's the way that this works. That's the way
I've heard that.
That's the way that the cookie crumbles.
Cookies.
Cookies. By the way, this is horribly off topic. Episode
we never
number
said that.
121, and I am Chris,
and I'm Steve.
He's
never. How long did we go before we introduced ourselves?
20 minutes and 5 seconds.
Wow. Is that a record?
I don't know. I think there might be some episode out there somewhere where we didn't say it at all, or we said it at the very end. Harry Potter is something we have skirted around. I don't want to talk about the Orange Man. I'd rather talk about Harry Potter.
I just want to talk about how I want the world to be destroyed.
Well,
we
Harry
can
Potter,
talk about that
Harry
later.
Potter is a way in which the world could be destroyed. I mean, if Voldemort...
Yeah. Oh, here's my problem. Like, did I don't know if I mentioned this before, but my
might-
problem with Harry Potter is that, all right, like at least how Anglo-centric it is. Like, there's this wizard that apparently is going to fuck up everything.
Yes.
And then we're just going to get a couple of wizards from a couple other countries. But, like, you're not going to be like, hey, American wizards, you want to come help us with this fuckface?
Well, here's the thing, Steve.
Or, hey, the rest of Europe that's closer than America. Or African wizards or fucking all over the world wizards.
Yes. Here's the thing. Yes, I agree with you. And I read something somewhere one day which was about how...
we'll just let this little kid take care of it.
Voldemort is not really all that. Like, somebody was trying to rank villains in terms of scariness or whatever, or atrocity and whatever. And it's like Voldemort was ranked, I think, in this one place higher than Darth Vader. And the person critiquing this with their own hot take was like, "Fuck you, Darth Vader helped blow up entire fucking planets and."
That's what we need. We need a fucking space alien to blow us up. That's what we need right now.
We need Darth Vader.
We need Darth Vader, or
we need a Death Star.
We need a Death Star to blow us up because we're done.
It's coming on December 19th or something like that. Rogue One.
Rogue
Star
One.
Wars story.
Go see the Star Wars.
Yeah.
Distract yourself from the terrible humanity that you're about to live in.
And if there's an orange man in there, we will know that it's an allegory.
Right.
I wonder if there will be an orange alien of some sort. I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah. Terrible hair.
Terrible hair. Apparently, Bill Murray's first thing was 1973 with the Hat Act.
What?
The Hat Act, and then past the buck, Expo 74.
That's not a movie.
That's a short. Okay, the Hat Act was a short. It was 24 minutes short in 1973, and then he was on Saturday Night Live.
I'm talking about his first film role.
I'm looking. Oh, Shame of the Jungle. Oh, that's an animated film. Does that count?
No.
Steve, you tell me. All right. Next Stop, Greenwich Village.
Is that an actual movie?
Hour and 51 minutes, a comedy drama,
All right,
1976.
So it wasn't fucking Meatballs, but I think his first hit was
Christopher Walken in that film.
that was my
Jeff Goldblum in that film.
Wow, holy shit.
Let's see.
It's like a who's who of who was about to be who.
Yeah, but it doesn't... Okay, it mentions that he's in this movie, but then when I
want that to be the episode title.
What was it?
It's a who's who of who's about to be who.
Okay, it mentions that he's in this, but it doesn't. It doesn't show him. I should just go to the Wikipedia page instead. Coming attractions.
More like coming attractions.
Coming attraction. The TV show.
Enough of looking at Bill Murray's filmography.
It might be Meatballs. I'm just saying. Like if you scroll past all of the stuff that's kind of not so certain. It might, in fact, be Meatballs. You might. I was doing all of that, Steve, to tell you.
Put your phone away.
You are right.
About
Bill Murray.
Okay.
About everything,
yes,
Steve.
Thank you.
About everything.
About wanting the world being blown up. I'm right about thinking about that.
Would it be better if it was blown up by aliens than if, say...
We blew it up ourselves?
If, say, a bunch of zealots... obsessed with magic, obsessed with dark magic, invited a demon from another dimension in to destroy the world. Would the Death Star be better than if, say, a guy named Caecilius invited a demon named Dormammu in and the only thing standing between us and ultimate destruction was Benedict Cumberbatch and his fabulous American accent. Would that be better or worse than the Death Star?
Well, I don't know. Maybe not quite that much destruction. I mean, like if you could keep the planet intact,
okay,
without us being here, that would be ideal.
Well, I think Dormammu wanted the planet. He wanted it into the dimension, and he could just fuck with it. And maybe we would be here, maybe not. But he would have the planet in his dimension.
Yeah, I don't want that. I think we'd. So I'd rather just keep the planet where it is.
Yeah.
And then we. But how the fuck does the planet like live without the sun?
I don't know, Steve. I don't know. So what does the Earth look like after we're gone to you? I mean, are there cute little bunny?
There was a series.
There was a series. But I mean, are there like cute little bunny rabbits? I mean, who inherits the Earth from human
I don't
beings?
know. Like it might take millions more years to one, repair the damage that we've done.
Yeah.
And two,
climate change is a myth, Steve. The Orange Man told me this.
I think our only hope, as far as saving the planet goes, is I mean, I'm not joking about this. I think the only hope of having this planet be something that's sustainable is if all humans were gone.
It's a fair point. But then, I mean, why have a planet if not for us, Steve? I mean, we're
maybe
the center of the universe.
somebody else could do a fucking better job. Some other species that maybe doesn't fuck as much,
but no, see,
and breed as much as we do.
So not rabbits.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Like
rabbits breed a lot, but I mean,
they have.
They're
the thing is, like, right. So rabbits breed a lot because they have to, because like there's going to be people. There's going to be wolves or other fucking animals that are going to eat these rabbits. So I mean, that's the reason why like our parents' generation would have fucking 10 kids.
Yeah.
Because there's a good chance that half of them aren't going to survive.
Our daughters will adore us, singing gentle chorus or something like that.
Right.
No. Okay. So not human being. There are no human beings. I mean, what?
I'm not gonna go out there and say that some other species that's going to evolve into something that is similar to us,
right,
is going to do it any better than we are.
Okay. So you think it needs to, like, no bipedal agriculture, like, fuck all that noise. It needs to just be random animals, no society.
Unless we can think of some way to make energy without fucking using fossil fuels.
What about
which is the biggest fucking pipe dream ever?
What about putting human beings in little pods? Right, and then using those pods to feed all the machines. Except, the human beings are not going to be like thrilled with this idea. So you'll like attach them to, I don't know, like a VR headset or something.
Right.
And we'll call it a matrix. Not a matrix of leadership, like Optimus Prime had, but a matrix that maybe just keeps everybody in line while we're harvested for fuel.
Sure.
No, that doesn't work.
I
mean, just put all of us in little pods in like one part of the planet, and then like keep the planet running for all the bunnies and the deer.
What would like? I mean, I think that's silly to think that robots would actually need us.
Yeah, it's a pretty human centric. It's failure of the imagination.
Yeah. So like, they need us for energy. There's so many other fucking things they could get energy from, as long as they don't fucking destroy the planet like we were about to. We are about to.
Well, I think in that movie I was alluding to, they accidentally like nuke the sky, and then they're like, "Oh shit, we can't get our solar energy, so we need to use human beings." That's why they keep the human beings.
Oh, okay. So just
I think that
robots. If you're listening, you probably are, because you can probably listen to everything at once.
Exactly.
If you're listening to this right now, just don't nuke the sun.
So, what is the robot going to sound like? Aside from, is it going to sound, when the robot comes out of your closet or whatever and starts repeating our words back to us, when it's not repeating our words back to us, is it going to sound like James Spader, or is it going to sound like somebody cooler?
I hope it sounds like somebody cooler. Like Patrick Stewart.
I thought you were going to say Patrick Swayze, and I was like, that'd be a trick.
Yeah, he's dead.
Patrick Stewart. Okay. All right.
Engage.
Like Star Trek Patrick Stewart, not Professor X Patrick Stewart.
It's the same person.
I know. He doesn't vary as no, he doesn't vary.
I'm just saying a thing that he said from Star Trek.
Yes, okay.
But I don't think he varies his speech pattern,
his accent or anything like that.
And he's on that American Dad show. He still sounds like Patrick Stewart.
He narrates. Doesn't he narrate the Ted movies? Ted
Talks?
Ted, the fucking bear.
Oh yeah, because him and what's his butt from Family Guy have they're best buddies.
They're best buddies.
I guess
like best buddies.
I don't think that not like him and what's his butt?
Ian McKellen.
And Gandalf.
Oh yeah.
They are one. Patrick Stewart is a straight man, and Ian McKellen is gay. But
gay,
they are gay straight besties.
Yeah, that's possible.
And I like that. I like that people that are different sexual persuasions can be best friends. That's the kind of society I want to live in.
They can get it. It's not the kind of society.
People couldn't see me do this when I.
Wait. Do we want to say? I was about to say the Orange Man's running mate or Orange Man's vice president. Do we have a name for him?
No.
Can we call him Oklahomophobia?
Sure.
I had to sneak.
You wanted that.
I wanted to say it. It's so good. It's such a bad. The Oklahomophobia went to a play the other night.
No, let's not. We're not talking.
I know. But there was some point. I was only to bring it up in the service of bringing
people know what, like if you have a Twitter, you know what the fuck we're about to say. Yeah. It's fine. Go read about it more.
No, I know, but
what you should read about more is the Orange Man settling his fraud lawsuit
for like $25,000.
$25 million. Fuck Hamilton.
Is it 25,000?
Fuck Hamilton. Fuck the Orange Man. Fuck his vice president. And just fuck them all.
You can fuck as vice president, but only if you are a woman.
Well, I don't know.
I mean,
maybe he just doesn't want to have any sort of relations at all.
Maybe he might. You're saying he's asexual.
He might be. But not that there's anything wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
What's wrong with it if you try to force it on me?
Yes. What's wrong with it is if you electrocute somebody to try to make them asexual.
Right. No, you could just do that. Whatever. That's fine. I'm drinking alcohol.
I'm getting angry, so let's talk about something else.
the further destruction of
the further destruction of the human race.
Yes.
I'm just trying to get a gauge for what would be the best way to make this happen. I mean, we've talked about robots, we've talked about aliens, we've talked about
I mean, there's always the virus element.
Oh, okay.
Right? But there's the I mean it would have to be like a man-made virus.
Yeah.
I mean, because AIDS, like, that was not a man-made virus, and it did not do a good enough job. We keep on trying to find a cure for it.
We do.
Yep.
We should.
Yeah.
We should.
I don't know. I'm like at this point, gosh. I'm like, should we try to solve disease anymore? Cancer?
You should just all. No, I'm not going to do it.
Modern medicine has fucked us.
Has it?
Yes. There's too many people.
There's too many people.
George, Kramer, there's too many people.
Too many people.
Seinfeld wanting like the mass destruction of humanity. I'll drop it.
No. I think it's a very important topic. I mean, it is. So I mean, you're a Seinfeld person. I'm a Friends person. Like, I don't think you could be a Seinfeld and a Friends person. I think
I did watch Friends when it was on,
I
never recalled liking it.
I think there were people who watched all of Must See Thursday, and I think they thought they liked both shows. They really didn't. I
like News Radio. I like Seinfeld. As
there's
far
a
as
line in
that time and place.
Yeah, News Radio after Seinfeld.
No, it was on around the same time.
No, I mean like after, like was it the 9:30 show or was it the in between? Because of the in between. I
remember you watching it with rabbit ears on my television. In my
rabbit
bedroom.
Ears.
Remember those things, kids?
I don't think anybody listening remembers those things.
No, come on.
They're like rabbit ears.
You know,
that sounds barbaric.
How you would watch television back before you had cable, or if you didn't have cable in every room.
And they're like, "What's cable?"
It's the thing that you used to have to pay for before you could get all your internet on your computer.
Back when paying for things was a thing that you did. I gotta say, like, so one of the ways that's okay. So
we still get like actual cable.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Well, we get
my parents.
We
get
have
cable,
FiOS,
and so we have FiOS. So my parents have FiOS, so technically we have FiOS, but we don't watch it except for when we're watching things with my parents. We are exclusively watching stuff through our Apple TV, which means Netflix or iTunes movies or whatever.
We don't watch a lot of like in. Even more recently, we got the HBO Go app, and so we've been watching like the shows we watch on HBO on that rather than HBO. But occasionally, we will watch a show live, which is especially infuriating in the case of Walking Dead.
Why anybody bothers with that show is just, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've watched the first episode 1.5 times, and that was it.
I liked maybe the first 3 seasons, and I think I'm waiting for it to be over.
See, that's one of my problems with it as a comic book series. And therefore, one of my problems with getting invested in it as a TV series is that I got the sense that the author, in this case, Robert Kirkman, has no idea what the fuck the end of it is, and he's just writing it until he's done writing it. And I have patience for that in my superhero comics and in my sort of superhero stories, where that's part of the art form, is that they just keep telling the same story over and over again with slightly different players and blah 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 blah. Every other like more adult comic book that I've ever liked, so Fables and Preacher. And Why the Last Man, all of them were comic books that you could tell from the early going the person had like 60 issues planned or 100 issues planned, and fucking Robert Kirkman's just like, I'm gonna write about goddamn zombies and the zombie apocalypse until they stop writing me checks. And fuck those guys. Like I hate TV series that and comic series that don't have an end in mind.
See, it's
fuck 'em.
I'm not breaking new ground saying I'm a big fan of One Piece.
I had a drink just before that. Do I have to have another one?
That's fine.
All right.
But I mean, the series has been going on, at least in the comic, for close to 20 years, and it's a continuous storyline.
Right. Yeah.
So like, if you
well, let me ask you this: are there people from the early going of that 20 years who are dead now and have stayed dead?
I don't know. Oh
okay.
Wait, as far as in the
comic,
yes, but there's not a lot. Like, I think
has anybody aged?
Yes, people have aged. But,
all right. I'll allow that.
The last arc took place in. Actually, no, 2 arcs ago took place over the course of like 3 days or something like that.
Yeah.
And that was 2 years in the comic.
In the comic,
it took 2 years to do a 3 or so days.
Yeah.
There was a bit at the end, like Brian disagrees with me on some parts of. I mean, I agree with him that there were some great things in that arc.
Yeah.
But there wasn't enough great things to make up for me. Mm-hmm. For me.
For you.
For me. Mm-hmm. There wasn't enough great things in that arc to make up for the horrible way that like the ending sort of was paced. Mm-hmm. I mean, like the stuff that happened after, like the big bad was done with and whatnot, and just like yes, but okay, so. Bringing it back to what you were talking about,
yes.
Like the series creator has a plan, and it just has sort of grown out from there,
right? Yeah.
So like I think he wanted it to end in 10 years, but then like popularity gained, and like he realized that he needed more time to tell the story that he wanted to tell,
right?
And then he has the end. He knows exactly what's going to happen at the end.
Right.
But he's not 100%. I think he's more so now because like I think people that are in the know about the series are pretty much all, like, at least his editors and the creator himself.
Yeah.
Oda. He he thinks it's probably about 70% done now.
Okay.
So maybe what's 30% of 20 years?
That's a good question. What is 30% of 20 years? 20 times 0.3.
Another 6 or so years, 6.5 years.
No, I did that wrong.
No, it's 20 times 0.3. Six, about 6 years.
About 6 years. So. All right. Yeah, that sounds all right, I guess. It's like in comics, it's definitely a thing that they don't want anything to change because they want to be able to bring on new readers at any given time, and never was this more clear than with Spider-Man. Could have been like almost 10 years ago now, but like at least 5 years ago, the head of Marvel Comics, Joe Quesada, decided he hated the fact that Spider-Man had gotten married. And Spider-Man at this point had been married for 20 fucking years. And he's like, I hate that fucking Spider-Man is married. He should be a young guy, and he should be, we lose all the core things about Spider-Man by him being married. So they did this entire storyline where Spider-Man basically makes a deal with the devil to save his Aunt May. And the way that he does that is by giving up his marriage. So his marriage gets undone so that
magically undone
so that they were never married. Their whole relationship happened the exact same way, except that when they got married, they didn't get married. They stayed together as a couple, and now when it leaps forward in time, they've magically kind of broken up so that he can now go hook up with other random fucking people. And
is that what people really wanted with Spider-Man? Was him to get a little bit more strange? And not Doctor Strange, mind you.
No, not Doctor Strange. Although Doctor Strange, I gather, was involved in that whole ordeal at some point. It's just, and I get it. Spider-Man is fucking Mickey Mouse, right? Like, Spider-Man is a character. He is an icon, and so you don't get rid of Spider-Man. You don't change Spider-Man all that much. You just keep telling Spider-Man stories, and that, I think, is fine. But I don't think The Walking Dead is fucking Mickey Mouse. I think The Walking Dead is, like, if The Walking Dead were a good, like, 100, 200 issue comic book series and it just ended and there was a fucking plan in place, then maybe I would have some sense that that it would be worth watching. Instead, what I get the feeling of is they're going to just keep finding new ways to torture their audience.
That's basically what it is. Like, I just, the show annoys me more than I like it at this point. Yeah. Like, I'm
but
annoyed.
You can't stop watching it.
Yeah, because I'm sort of invested. Yeah, I'm invested in these characters but I like, as each episode happens, I become less and less invested in these people. Because I'm like when like the series premiere, I won't say who got killed.
This most recent season.
Yeah, this most recent season, like there was two.
Yes, I read or heard about this.
Two people that got killed. So if you haven't watched it yet, surprise! There's once that first one's done, you'll be like, and you breathe your sigh of relief.
Nope. Fuck you.
Nope. There's another one. So, because you didn't really like that character anyways. But then the second one, you're like, oh, fuck, I liked that one. Mm. But then you're like, it's just like annoying because like late season before, that same character escapes from basically... He there's no way he could have gotten out of the situation that he got out of, and he does, and then he ends up getting killed at the beginning of next season. I'm like, that kind of storytelling like annoys me. And I'm like, if you're gonna save this dude to kill him like 5 minutes later,
right?
Like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, I understand that's how things might happen in real life.
Right.
I did air quotes there.
But, well, I mean, and I'll be the first to tell you, I tell my students all the time, real life doesn't fucking matter when you're writing a story. It doesn't matter, like, oh, that's what happened to me in real life. Fuck you. I don't care. Does it make sense in the context of the story? Sorry, that's insensitive. I do care what happened to you in real life, but in the context...
I don't.
In the context of the story, it's not about whether this would happen in real life. It's about whether or not this would happen in the story as you've put it on the page.
I mean, as a writer or as a sort of creator, you want to make something that is true to yourself.
Yeah.
But also you want to make something that people might actually enjoy.
Yeah.
So you get that nice balance of like creating something that you love.
Right.
And also that other people might love,
Yeah.
so you can maybe make some money, which hasn't transpired necessarily on this podcast yet. But I'm hoping someday down the line, people will hear what I just said and be like, "Wow, maybe he is trying to do this for us, and not just get drunk and sit with Chris for an hour every fucking week."
I had one more damn point that I don't know if it's I don't anyway. I think what I was going to wrap up by saying is that I have great. It's one of the reasons that I like the HBO series and I like the Netflix series is that just generally speaking, I feel like networks, ABC in particular, is the one that I'm thinking of because of what happened with Lost. Networks fuck TV shows up. Well, they're like, I don't want to let go of this because we're getting tons of fucking ad dollars. And so with Lost, I've talked about this before. Lots of people don't like the way that wrapped up.
I'm one of them.
But they found a narrative arc once in towards the end of the third season that once they finally negotiated with the network, we're going to do 7 seasons or 6 seasons, and that's it. Once they had that, suddenly they were clicking on all cylinders. And then whether you like what they did with the final season or not, I still think they followed the path that they decided to go on for that final however many seasons. And I get the sense with like Game of Thrones that there were some seasons in the middle there where they were kind of spinning their wheels waiting for
Martin to write a fucking book.
But now they're like, once they decided, you know what,
to diverge,
we're past the book, we're going here.
We're going to do whatever the fuck we want. This is our own story now.
This last season was fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
I think it was great, especially with the way that the previous season had ended with spoilers for whatever fucking season that was, when Emilia Clarke, Khaleesi, what the fuck is her name? What the fuck is the actual name? When she like ends and she's surrounded by all the goddamn guys on horses at the end of the previous season.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, come on. This is just like, can we just fucking get on with it? And I feel that way about.
But they totally like this most recent
past season.
Yeah, this most recent season, like
they used that and went with it.
I don't think there was an episode where I was just like, eh.
Yeah, no. I every episode of this past season did it for me. But like, I think of a show I really like.
I don't know. There wasn't enough tits.
I
don't know why I said that in like a gay way.
I really like House of Cards. But I feel like, so I've traditionally been able to say, oh, I really like Netflix, I really like HBO because they don't fall into the same bullshit traps as the network series.
As Admiral Akbar.
There's like a gray one of those in Rogue One, like whatever Mon Calamari or whatever the fuck species he is. I think there's like a gray one in the upcoming movie.
Is it just an old Admiral Akbar? Old Akbar.
But this one takes place before. It takes place during the.
Is
middle
Admiral Akbar in it?
I don't know.
I hope so.
It takes place in the middle of the fucking opening crawl of the original Star Wars. That's basically when this new movie takes place.
I get it. I understand what the fucking premise is.
House of Cards. Do you watch House of Cards?
No.
Okay. House of Cards. I get the sense now that they are kind of stretching it out because it's a cash cow for Netflix. Whereas the way that this most recent season, I don't know if it's the 3rd season or 4th season, the way that it wrapped up, I was like, if they had kind of ended it there, it ends with just this impossible series of scandals that, like, how are they going to recover from this? I think if they had just kind of figured that out, like, that would have been a good place to end it. Instead, it ends with I don't know what, and now I'll keep watching it for the same reason you keep watching The Walking Dead, because now I'm invested in these characters. But fuck, I think
the only type of series that can have really real longevity is one that doesn't necessarily have to progress, and that's usually like something like a comedy. Or so, like, if you look at what has been on the air for the longest, I think now is The Simpsons.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, you can. I mean, they've never aged.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember at the beginning of
well, Maggie finally. Maggie?
No.
Maggie's the baby, right?
Yeah, she's the
Maggie
baby.
finally said a word at one point,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, that was
Okay.
way early.
I know, it was a long time ago, but...
But like, I mean, I remember at the beginning of the second season, and that I think Bart was like, you know, he failed like the fourth grade or whatever,
okay.
and he wasn't going to move on to the fifth grade. And then like, you know, they kind of, that was the big plot point for the beginning of the second season, but like he never moved on to the fifth grade. Like that was what was like one of the things that was kind of funny about South Park is that like for the longest time they were all in I think they were all in the fourth grade, or no, they were in the third grade or something like that.
Yeah.
And then like maybe around season 5 or 6 or something like that,
Yeah.
they like decided, okay, now they're in the fourth grade.
Yeah.
But like, you know, they were just like, oh, whatever. Like these people are going to be young forever.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be funny or entertaining if these people or if these cartoon characters grow up.
Yeah, I got no necessarily problem with that. Like I said, I can accept the fact that Spider-Man is an icon and Spider-Man is never gonna age all
Or
that
marry. Oh, fuck, he did.
much. But he didn't.
I remember like there was a Beavis and Butthead comic that Marvel put out in the early. Oh wait, no, was it mid 90s? Sorry, mid 90s.
I don't know, butthead.
And I remember that they would take like sort of panels from other comic books.
Oh, and make fun of him.
And they would, because like, you know, that's the Beavis and Butthead thing, you know, because that's half the show. I think it was actually more than half the show.
It has just occurred to me that we did end up getting TP for our bunghole. The bunghole that is America. They got their TP.
Oh, okay, I got it.
I remember when the Orange Man first put out his new logo announcing
Enough
him and his,
about the fucking orange guy and him.
I am Cornholio.
Paying a lot of money
for my bunghole.
to pay a lot of money to dodge a fraud lawsuit from this thing that he defrauded millions of dollars from hardworking American people.
If you stand for
that,
nothing,
that
what
might have voted for him. You know, there are people that probably got defrauded by Trump University, and I'm breaking the Orange Man wall.
By Orange
There
Man University.
may have been people that were defrauded by that man,
by the Orange Man.
by the Orange Man, that also voted for him.
Yeah.
So like I think we've made our bed. Like if that's the case, like Jesus fucking Christ.
Yep. Better than somebody who uses email with a private server.
I have email.
I have email.
Dear.
I am Cornholio. I need email.
Oh yeah,
for
no,
my
but
bunghole.
the Beavis and Butthead comic. I remember
Yeah.
there was like there was a scene where it was Mary Jane like in some
like
sexy sexy lingerie, waiting for Peter to come home. And then like I
Face
guess
it, Tiger, you've hit the jackpot.
Venom and Carnage were gonna come.
Oh,
and,
we're gonna
attack her or something, or
at the same time.
I'm hoping.
Oh no. Okay.
I'm hoping not. Like I'm hoping that the folks at Marvel weren't thinking around what you were thinking about.
Hopeful. The 90s were a troubling time in comic books.
Were they? Well, what do you think was the most troubling thing in the 90s?
The most troubling thing in the 90s was our president getting a blowjob in the Oval Office.
Well, you know,
More troubling than you know, anything that his not predecessor, his successor did. You know.
I mean, you
jumping the General Lee over the Bill of Rights.
I mean, back then I was more dumb, but like now me.
Now that's what you call Steve.
Now that's what I call Steve.
Volume 6.
Yeah. No, volume 121.
Volume 121.
But now me like realizes that as much as like
Rob Liefeld can't draw feet. Sorry.
You totally derailed me. Like that I wouldn't have wanted to vote for Clinton because like the Clintons, both Hillary and Bill,
yes,
are pretty like center, like right in the middle.
Yeah,
and I'm left of center. And I wouldn't like a lot of their policies I disagreed with. There are a lot of the actions of the Clinton administration caused things that I thought fucked, like at least that. Well, I really wanted to work in the radio.
Yeah,
that's something that
you did.
That
you
I
went
wanted.
to school for it.
Yeah, well, I didn't go to school to go work in the radio. I went to school to get my degree because that's what you fucking need to have to fucking get a good job.
Sorry.
But I kind of wanted to do this for a living.
Yeah.
And like to basically deregulate and basically say, oh, two companies can own every radio station.
Right.
You're going to fucking cause it that, you know, that these two companies aren't going to take any chances.
Yeah.
They might take big chances, like with a Howard Stern or an Opie and Anthony.
Right, but they're not going to, yeah.
I mean, not that that's a big chance, but like, you know, like both of those both Stern and Opie and Anthony, like proved that they could, you know, get listeners to tune in like consistently and like for long periods of time to a radio program.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Yeah.
But they're not going to take chances on like the average, you know, like horribly off topic or some other fucking shit.
Yeah. Well, and of course now podcasting has its own set of problems.
I mean, like radio would have died eventually, like, and you know, it's still sort of alive in the hearts and minds of the people that really loved it when they were younger. But as
coincidentally, probably a lot of those people are people who voted for the Orange Man.
No, I'm not even talking about previous generations. I'm talking about our generation.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about people like that listened to the radio a bunch when they were younger.
Right.
And like and you know it's
yeah. No, I see what you're saying. I mean, like I don't listen to it too much now, but like I really like the Beats One radio on the Apple Music, like because I liked when DJs played me music. And then gradually, like between high school and into college, that stopped. They started talking more, playing less music, playing more commercials.
But the thing is, I'm the kind of person that likes more talk. I want to be
well that
because I give less shits about the music and more shits about because like the music is like something as far you know we can differ in opinion. That's fine.
No. I agree. Go ahead. Sorry, I agree with you. I was going to say I also liked talk because I liked Stern and I liked O&A, but I liked then eventually hearing other people with less extreme, less whip 'em out Wednesday voices. Like I did like that, but I liked when those two things diverged, and I wished I could have kept the people who would play me music and like play me new music that I would never think to listen to, but then also have people talking, which is now today. Like I've got my Apple Music on one app, and I've got my podcast in the other app. I like both things.
Yeah, but like the thing is, like, you know, because of the fact that that Clear Channel and CBS own all the stations.
Yeah.
Like if you listen to like the Morning Zoo radio show in any market, they're going to be playing the exact same songs, and they're going to have a pretty goddamn similar. Like zoo crew of fucking just whatever's just saying some crazy shit. So they got a tree on my house. Fucking nonsense. Like, and
it's sad. It's a sad state of affairs.
But I mean, there are decent stations like that still exist, independently owned and run. And if you are local to our area of Massachusetts, I suggest listen to 92.5 The River if you want to listen to some music. I a lot of times they play stuff that I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
but I'm old and I'm angry about a lot of things, so I'm not necessarily their target demo.
Right.
Although I'm not exactly sure
Yeah.
who radio's target demo is anymore.
I don't think they know either.
So basically, they're trying to they're shooting darts at the wall and seeing what sticks, But yeah, that 92.5 The River. Listen to that if you're in the area. They do play music. They do,
Are
they don't
they
have
still independently owned?
Yes.
Yeah.
So support them as much as you can because they aren't owned by Clear Channel or CBS.
Right. Let me ask you this, Steve.
What's that?
We're at the very end of the show.
Are we over?
We're not yet. In like 10 seconds.
I still haven't finished this beer yet.
So let me ask you this: do you think terrestrial radio could save the world? Like if we had not completely, if the Clintons hadn't deregulated and dismantled terrestrial radio, would that have saved us from not only the Orange Man, but maybe
I don't
from
know.
September 11th, from the aliens that are yet to come?
I don't think that it would have saved the world, but it might have. It might have prevented a Bush presidency.
That's a sobering thought.
I don't know. Who knows?
You know what else would have prevented a Bush presidency and would have
if Al Gore had just
no, just an abolishment of the Electoral College. We would have had an Al Gore presidency, and now we would have not an Orange Man presidency.
Well, we don't. It's not etched in stone yet.
Yeah,
he hasn't taken the oath of office.
The faithless electors on December whatever
so
it is.
maybe.
Do they meet on the same fucking day that Rogue One comes out?
I don't know. At least it's not the same
fucking
days.
Death Star is gonna be like the Orange Man's gonna be like, I got a fucking satellite up there, I'm gonna shoot a fucking beam down and kill all you motherfuckers if you don't vote for me.
You know what? We should have just. We're dumb. We should have scheduled gun shows all over America on November 8th. Like really awesome, like super discounted gun shows everywhere in the United States. Be like, okay, like Obama wasn't able to take your guns, but you can come here today. Don't bother voting. That's dumb. Guns aren't dumb.
DNC, you got to hire Steve as your next strategist.
Jesus
Chief
fucking
strategist.
Christ. How is it like, just have like crazy, awesome gun shows? What else do conservatives like? Religion? Have like Super God Day?
Yep,
like
Super God Day.
Where you can't
guns.
you're like just saying, you can't do this because I said so because of my religion.
They like putting Muslims in concentration camps.
Yeah, just like
electrocuting gay kids.
Yeah, the electrocute gay people.
Grabbing
day.
women by the pussy.
Yeah, grab pussy day. Like all those things.
All
you had to do was just like have like all those events on the 8th, and like conservatives would have been like frothing at the mouth and jizzing in their pants, like to not vote.
Yeah.
Well.
Do you think all the women that voted for him also like grabbing women by the pussy?
Yeah. Well, actually, no, because they can't. They're not supposed to.
Oh, they're not supposed to do that. They'd get electrocuted by the vice president.
Yeah, because they're supposed to hate being lesbians or whatever.
Well, I don't know. They hate gay people. Do they hate lesbians? Everybody loves lesbians.
Lesbians are technically gay people.
I know, but in the minds of conservatives.
Well, they probably don't like pornography either. So.
Oh, okay, all right. They should get on that.
What?
I'm just saying.
Pornography?
I think pornography could save the world. Well done pornography.
Well, if it was well done pornography that could cause conservatives to not vote, then I am totally for it.
They'd be so stuck in there.
Raising my glass.
Raising my empty Down East cider house cider.
Sorry, I should have got you another one.
No. I just finished it.
Okay.
So yeah, no. They raise a glass to freedom.
Freedom isn't free.
I'm not throwing away my shot.
Hefty fucking fee.
2 Hamilton references right there.
You're welcome.
You can find the show notes for this episode at clarkwoods.com/hot/121 for 121. I did not just have crack. That's not why I'm talking so fast. I would never do crack.
Seriously.
I would never do drug named after a part of my own ass.
No.
Kind of a personal guideline, if you ask me.
You have to drink a whole drink for that one. But that's
somebody says
false.
You want some crack.
because
I say I was born with one, pal. I don't
Chris
think
and
I need another one.
I mean, I don't want to break the fourth wall here, but Chris and I did in fact just smoke crack. Drug test me.
If you'd like to tell us about why we shouldn't have smoked crack just now, you can send that email to howtoclockwork.com, or you can email, you can Twitter us.
What?
I don't do a very convincing crackheads.
You mean like a tweaker?
Yeah, tweaker. Those damn blue-collared tweakers. They're gonna run this whole town.
Good. I'm tired of running
At
shit.
ECC1977 is where you can find me on the Twitter or the tweeter.
Oh, I have to do mine now.
Yeah, you can find Steve at OPTC Spam 69.
That's the wrong one.
Oh, no, sorry. You can find Steve at Tuesday is Loser. That's Tuesday, IS, Loser, all one, in the words of Sam Jackson, motherfucking word.
I got like 4 more followers like in the past like 2 weeks. So
That the spam one or the other one?
no, the
At the real one.
I haven't checked my spam one in a
okay.
while.
Yeah.
But I got like I'm
You're climbing.
almost at 100.
Are any of them like conservative douchebags?
No.
No. I think I got a couple of those. I got some people who are like dismantle the government in their Twitter bios.
I would rather that happen right now. Yes.
Okay,
Let's
so
do
maybe
it.
they're not conservatives. Maybe they're really super lefties.
Cool. Let's just ruin everything
Yes.
like the Orange Man already did.